Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a shave with my Arko. I have been, over the last few weeks, since the first of the year, been trying to work through some odds and ends of products that I've had sitting around here for a while, and I'm just trying to finish them off. And I've been, over the last couple of weeks, been using this Arko. I had a stick of Arko that was sent to me about 3 years ago by a fellow from the Big Shave, in a little bit of a trade, I guess. I've had this sitting under the sink for a couple of years. I took the stick and mashed it into this bowl, and I had about, I don't know, about a third of the stick left in there, and I've been working on it over the last couple of weeks, and that's what I got left. So today I'm just going to use that for my shave. Today's shave is a bit of a throwback kind of shave. I'm using pretty much stuff that I was using 2 or 3 years ago. Today for my brush I'm going to be using my Semogue 620. This was my first boar brush, and for a long time this was my favorite brush before I kind of got more into badger brushes. But this still remains a great brush, and I'm going to use it today in my shave for a little nostalgia. And I'm going to be using my very first DE razor. This is kind of what got me into DE razors, because I started out with straight razors, and I was taking a trip and I got a DE razor to take along with me just for ease of use, and I couldn't believe how good of a shave I got with it. And that is the Merkur Futur. This was my first DE razor, and still have it today. I've had a love-hate relationship with this razor, but recently I've begun to appreciate it and love it a lot more. When I first started using it and other DE razors, I kind of felt this was sort of heavy and bulky and clunky, and but it always gave a good shave. I never had a problem with the shave. Always, my beef with this was always with the just kind of the balance of the razor. But I've kind of gotten used to it, and I'm beginning to really love it quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And then for my aftershave, I'm going to use the Spieck. This was again one of my favorites, and still is a favorite. It's a great aftershave. I have gone through 2 or 3 bottles of this over the years, and I'm going to break that one out for today's shave. And for my balm, I'm going to use the old Arko Oily Cream. Again, this was sent to me by a fellow from the Big Shave as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use that in my shave, just for a little nostalgia purposes. So anyways, we'll go ahead and start loading up the brush. So I've got the Arko smashed into the bowl. I just took the whole puck, or the whole shave stick when I got it, and just smooshed it into this bowl. I think I got this bowl from Shave Nation. This was like one of the first things I got when I first started wet shaving, because I was pretty much just bowl lathering at the time. So I just when I stopped bowl lathering, I just took that Arko stick and just smooshed it into this bowl. And I've been using it kind of off and on, not that much, because I got a lot of other soaps that I like better, or like the scent better. This soap has always been a really good performer. I think as anyone who's used Arko will attest to, the soap really, as you can see, lathers like mad. I know some people feel that it does dry out the skin a little bit. My skin, it doesn't really have that effect on me, but I know some guys it can be a little rough on the skin. There's really nothing fancy about this soap. It just works. The scent is not fancy, just kind of a clean, lemony scent. I know a lot of people are divided on the scent of this soap. People often say it smells like a urinal cake and whatnot. And there's nothing elegant about the scent of this soap. It's just a clean citrus, lemon kind of scent to it. But the soap really does work great. And as you can see, that Semogue 620 really makes a nice lather. The brush is really nice. This brush is very similar to the 830. It's got a lower loft, a little bit more backbone. People say, you know, when I first got this, people said that it kind of a little scritchy compared to the 830. When I got this, I never found this to be scratchy at all. I always felt this was really a pretty doggone soft brush right out of the box. It didn't require any break-in at all for me. And I actually like the backbone on this. I did have an 830, which I gave away. I just felt that this, for me, worked better for my face lathering, and I like the little added backbone. Both brushes are great though, but it was kind of redundant to have both of them. So anyways, there we go. And we'll go ahead and get going with the shave. So, Merkur Futur. I usually set my Futur on 3. Seems to work pretty good for me on that setting. I have a feather blade in here. This feather's on, it's a 3rd or 4th shave. Probably will be the last shave for this blade. And again, the Merkur is a heavyweight of a razor. This Futur is a heavy razor. And for me, it took a little bit of getting used to get used to that weight. It always felt a little awkward to me, but over the years of using it off and on, I've kind of gotten used to it, and it doesn't really bother me that much, and it does give a great shave. Been always impressed with the shave that this razor gave. Okay, second pass. Another thing I've always kind of liked about this razor is that it does have a good audible feedback. You can really hear the whiskers being shaved off with this DE razor. It gives you a nice feedback, which is really kind of satisfying. I know sometimes that feedback comes through on the video, on the audio of the video. Sometimes it doesn't. But in real life, this does give a nice feedback. Just a nice, smooth shaven razor. Really works good. Okay, last pass. And as you can see, plenty of lather here with the Arko. And you know, the nice thing about the Semogue brush is that it really does hold a nice amount of lather, and it's not a lather hog in any way. It releases the lather nicely. You can get 3-4 passes out of a good loading of soap with this brush, no problem. You don't have to no worry about, you know, running out of lather or whatever. So. Okay, last, third and final pass here. A few little touch-ups there on the neck. Okay, that's good. Just going to rinse off here. A little cold water rinse. Just going to wipe off the residual soap here. And I'm going to go ahead and apply my aftershave. And today, like I said, it's going to be the Spieck. Spieck is really a nice aftershave. It's got a nice, clean, fresh scent to it. I wouldn't say it's citrusy, just kind of a nice, clean scent. Has a little bit of menthol in it, which I like, and has some alum in it, so it's really soothing on the skin. Alright, just let that dry for a second. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that shave. You know, it's a little bit of a nostalgic shave for me. You know, using stuff that I, started using early on when I started wet shaving. It's always kind of fun to go back to that stuff once in a while. And the Titanic here on the Arko Soap continues. That's what's left. I don't know how long it's going to last. Probably, this stuff doesn't seem to want to die. That's probably going to last 3 or 4 more shaves, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to keep working on it till it's done, and then I'll start using, going back to using some various products each day. I'm getting a little tired of using the same thing over and over, so I think after this is gone, I'm probably going to take a break from the Titanic business, and I'll go back to, switching off between different things, and who knows, maybe down the line, another month or two, I'll Titanic off a couple other things. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. And again, this is going to be my aftershave balm. And I guess I'll go ahead and apply it. This stuff is pretty concentrated, and it is pretty oily, so a little bit of this goes a long way. And I just usually apply a couple little dabs and just rub it in real good. And this is really good here in Arizona in the wintertime. It gets pretty dry here in the wintertime. And, a little bit more of a oily kind of aftershave balm sometimes is nice. Help to restore some of the moisture to your skin. Anyways, guys, that's the shave for today. I hope you liked it, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.